The story begins with a sweet little girl, just 10 years old, with horns on her head and beautiful wings on her back. Her name is Maleficent. She is a fairy, and she lives in a mysterious forest filled with magic and wonder. For her, this enchanted forest is the entire world. She has never stepped beyond its borders, never seen ordinary humans, and knows nothing of life outside. Yet even with this limited world, she is happy. Around her are strange and marvelous creatures, each one more unique than the other. One day, while wandering through the forest, Maleficent spots a young boy about her age. Curious, she approaches him and asks, "Who are you and what are you doing here?" The boy explains, "I live in the kingdom nearby. I saw a diamond here and picked it up." Maleficent tells him the diamond belongs to her forest and asks him to return it. Then she kindly offers, "Come, I'll take you back to your kingdom." The boy hesitates and says, "All right, but will you be my friend? If I come here again, can we play?" Maleficent smiles and replies, "This is a magical forest. It isn't safe for you to come here, but we'll see." Before parting, they shake hands, but Maleficent suddenly pulls back. She feels a sharp burning sensation. The boy was wearing an iron ring. She warns him, "Iron burns fairies. Next time, don't wear it." After that, the boy returns to his kingdom. But the truth is, that very kingdom longed to conquer the magical forest, and the boy, whose parents had already died, came from that place. Despite this, Maleficent and the boy grew close. Their worlds might have been enemies, but to them, it didn't matter. They played together, laughed together, and over the years their bond grew stronger. As time passed, both of them grew up. By 16, their friendship had slowly turned into affection. Maleficent began to believe that humans were not enemies of fairies after all. She thought they were good, kind, and trustworthy. She had no idea that greed lived within them too. Then, without a word, he simply stopped coming to see her. One day, Maleficent remembered something the boy had once said when he was younger. He once told her, "When I grow up, I'll rule my kingdom, and I'll claim that great castle too," pointing to the grand fortress that stood near the forest. At the time, she didn't take his words seriously, nor did she realize how deep his greed might run. Not long after, Maleficent sees the king of the human kingdom marching into the forest with his soldiers, intent on conquering it, for the forest is rich in jewels. By now, Maleficent has grown into the protector of the forest, and her powers are unmatched. She steps forward bravely and blocks their path, declaring, "You cannot enter." The king laughs cruelly and says, "I did not ask your permission," then orders his men, "Bring me this fairy's dead body." The soldiers charge forward, but the magical creatures of the forest rise against them. Fierce and strange beings attack the king's army, striking fear into the humans. The soldiers are defeated, their horses scatter, and the once mighty king flees in shame, realizing the terrible mistake of challenging the enchanted land. The king is now old, weak, and nearly broken. Back in his kingdom, he gathers his people. With a bitter voice, he declares, "You all know how much treasure lies hidden in that forest. All my life I wanted to conquer it, but look at me now. I no longer have the strength. So I make you this promise. Whoever kills Maleficent will have my daughter's hand in marriage." His words echo through the hall, and suddenly a young man steps forward. It is Stefan, the very same boy who once played with Maleficent in the forest. Stefan realizes that the time to fulfill his childhood dream has finally come. He sets out at once. After many years, he returns to the forest and seeks Maleficent. When they finally meet, Maleficent looks at him with hurt and longing. "Where have you been all this time? Did you not think of our friendship at all?" she asks. Stefan lowers his eyes and says softly, "Forgive me. My duties in the kingdom kept me away." His words are sweet, his tone gentle, as if nothing had changed. Looking into her eyes, Stefan continues, "I've been busy with the king's work, but I never forgot you. Even today, I came only to warn you. The king wants to kill you. I'm here for your safety, to protect you." His words seem kind, and they talk for a long time. Maleficent, holding on to the memory of their old friendship, finally tells him, "I forgive you." She trusts him completely, never imagining how cruel humans can be. But Stefan is no longer the boy she once knew. Greed has taken over his heart. While talking, he secretly slips a sleeping potion into her drink. Maleficent drinks it without suspicion, and instantly collapses into a deep, helpless sleep. With his knife trembling in his hand, Stefan prepares to kill her. But when the moment comes, he cannot bring himself to do it. Instead, he takes another path. The next morning, Maleficent awakens to a sharp, searing pain in her back. As she reaches behind, she realizes her wings are gone. She screams in agony, the forest echoing with her cries. The powerful fairy who once soared through the skies has been broken, betrayed in the cruelest way possible. Meanwhile, 𝗏𝗲 presents Maleficent's wings to the old king. "I have fulfilled my promise," he declares. The king, delighted with this proof, rewards him with his daughter's hand in marriage and crowns him the new ruler. Back in the forest, Maleficent walks alone with a heart heavy and spirit shattered. She is no longer the fairy she once was. Thoughts of revenge against humankind and 𝗏𝗏 consume her mind. As she wanders, she comes across a hunter preparing to kill a crow. She cannot bear to see another creature suffer, so with a flick of her power, she transforms the crow into a man. Terrified, the hunter flees. The man, once a crow, bows deeply before Maleficent. "Why did you save me?" he asks. Maleficent answers quietly, "I cannot tell you. I just did." Filled with gratitude, the man says, "From this moment, I am your servant. I will obey you for the rest of my life." Maleficent accepts him and gives him a name, 𝗍𝗶𝗲𝗲. From then on, 𝗍𝗶𝗲𝗲 becomes her loyal companion, often shifting between man and crow, bringing her information from the outside world. Through 𝗍𝗶𝗲𝗲, Maleficent learns the painful truth. 𝗏𝗏 cut off her wings only to gain the throne. Her last piece of faith in humans shatters completely, replaced with bitterness and hatred. In the human kingdom, time passes, and the royal couple welcomes a daughter, whom they name Aurora. Maleficent also hears of the child's birth through 𝗍𝗶𝗲𝗲. A grand celebration is held in the palace, so crowded with guests that no one notices who enters or leaves. It is during this joyful chaos that Maleficent appears, her presence casting a dark shadow over the festivities. She approaches the infant and looks down at her with cold, piercing eyes. Her voice is sharp and merciless as she declares, "Such a sweet child. But when you turn 16, you will prick your finger on a spindle. And when you do, you will die." The hall falls silent. 𝗏𝗏 rushes forward, desperate, and pleads, "Please, don't do this. Why take revenge on my daughter?" Maleficent looks straight at him and replies, "I was once a young girl too. Do you remember what you did to me?" Her pain still burns deep inside. She forces 𝗏𝗏 to kneel before her, and then, almost mockingly, adds, "If your daughter finds true love before her 16th birthday, she may be saved." With that, she turns and returns to her forest, leaving despair behind. 𝗏𝗏 is horrified. Desperate, he summons 3 small fairies and orders them, "Take Aurora far from here. Hide her. Do not bring her back until she is 16. If you fail, the curse will come true." He also commands that all spindles in the kingdom be burned. From that day forward, 𝗏𝗏 begins preparing his army. Determined to destroy Maleficent once and for all, he marches toward the forest. But when he reaches its borders, he finds an unbreakable wall of thorns and magic. Maleficent has sealed the forest, making it impossible for humans to pass. Meanwhile, the 3 fairies carry baby Aurora far away and hide her in a small cottage deep in the countryside. But Maleficent knows exactly where she is. One day, she approaches to frighten the child. But to her surprise, the little girl laughs instead of crying. Maleficent's stern expression softens for a moment. Deep inside, she is still good, though her heart is buried under anger and sorrow. The fairies, however, prove to be careless guardians. They bicker among themselves and pay little attention to the baby's needs. It is often Maleficent who secretly saves Princess Aurora's life. When Aurora stumbles and nearly falls from a cliff, Maleficent swoops in to protect her. Whenever danger comes close, Maleficent is there, unseen but always watchful. And so the years pass. Aurora grows into a bright young girl, and now she is 15. Only 1 year remains before the curse Maleficent placed on her will come true. One day, Aurora goes near the edge of the forest, where massive thorny walls rise high into the sky. Aurora, who has never seen the outside world, gazes at them with wonder. Just like Maleficent once did, she longs to know what lies beyond. One day, as she explores near the boundary, she feels a presence watching her. She calls out, "If someone is there, come out. I want to talk to you." From the shadows, Maleficent finally reveals herself. Aurora stares at her in awe. I know you," she whispers. "You're my godmother, the one who used to visit me when I was little, the one who cared for me from afar. Why didn't you ever show yourself to me? I even like the crow that is always with you." Hearing these words, Maleficent's coldness fades. A smile spreads across her face and her heart softens. She begins to love Aurora deeply, and for the first time, she wishes she could undo the curse she cast. The two of them spend more time together, their bond growing stronger, like that of a mother and daughter. One night, while Aurora sleeps, Maleficent stands over her, whispering an incantation, trying desperately to break the curse. But to her horror, she discovers that the spell cannot be undone. A curse given with such rage and bitterness years ago is too powerful to reverse. Fear grips her. Aurora's 16th birthday is drawing near, and only true love's kiss can save her now. The next morning, Aurora and Maleficent walk through the forest together. Aurora looks at her godmother curiously and asks, "Where are your wings? All the fairies I've seen have wings, but you don't." Maleficent's eyes grow heavy with sorrow. "I had wings once," she says softly, "magnificent wings that carried me high above the clouds. But a human I trusted took them from me. I was so happy with them, and now I still miss them every day." Tears glisten in her eyes as she turns away. The next day, Aurora makes a heartfelt decision and moves closer to Maleficent. She says gently, "Don't be sad about your wings. Tomorrow is my birthday. I'll talk to the fairies, and then I'll come live with you. We can be together like mother and daughter." Maleficent smiles at her words, touched, but deep down she knows it can never be that simple. Unless Aurora finds true love, the curse cannot be broken. As Aurora makes her way back home, she encounters a handsome young man. Their eyes meet, and in that brief moment, a quiet connection sparks between them. Aurora continues on, her heart fluttering, and when she returns, she tells the three fairies, "I don't want to stay here anymore. I want to live with Maleficent." The fairies misunderstand her words. They think she has learned the truth and wants to return to her parents. So, in their panic, they reveal everything. The curse, her true identity, and that the fairy who doomed her is none other than Maleficent. Aurora is devastated. She rushes to Maleficent and demands, "Is it true? Did you really curse me?" Maleficent lowers her head and admits, "Yes, it's true. I cursed you, but I have changed. I did it because of your father's betrayal, but I regret it with all my heart. I don't want you to die. I love you more than you'll ever know." But Aurora is heartbroken. Unable to forgive, she runs from her godmother and straight to the castle. There, she meets King Stefan for the first time in her memory. She throws her arms around him and cries, "Father, I missed you so much. I thought I was all alone." Stefan, however, is not filled with joy but with fear. His face hardens as he turns on the fairies. "I told you to bring her back one day after her 16th birthday. Why did you bring her now? The curse is close to being fulfilled." In his panic, he commands his soldiers, "Lock her away where no one can reach her, but no walls or guards can stop fate." As the sun sets, Aurora, lost in grief and confusion, wanders through the castle's empty halls. Drawn by an unseen force, she climbs the winding stairs to a forgotten tower. At the top, she finds a spinning wheel cloaked in dust and shadow. Her eyes glaze over as she approaches, entranced by a power stronger than her will. She reaches out her hand. The spindle pricks her finger. Aurora collapses, falling into a deep, death-like sleep. The curse has been fulfilled. The king cannot stop the curse. King Stefan rushes to her side, his face breaking with grief. He clutches her hand and weeps bitterly, realizing his daughter may never awaken. Meanwhile, in the forest, Maleficent is shattered by what has happened. The girl she once cursed, the girl she grew to love, now lies trapped in an eternal sleep. Desperate, she remembers the boy Aurora met on the road. Maybe, just maybe, he is the key. If Aurora felt even the spark of affection for him, his kiss might break the curse. With this hope, Maleficent places the boy into a magical sleep and carries him to the castle where Aurora rests. Inside the palace, the three small fairies plead with Stefan. "Kiss her forehead," they beg. "You're her father. You love her. Maybe you are her true love." But Stefan shakes his head in rage and despair. "No," he snaps. "I can never be anyone's true love. I am the one who betrayed Maleficent. All of this happened because of me." His voice is bitter, filled with the weight of guilt. Maleficent arrives with the boy and brings him to Aurora's bedside. He leans down, his lips kissing hers, but nothing happens. Aurora does not stir. The hope fades and silence fills the room. Maleficent's eyes well with tears as she realizes the truth. He is not her true love. She stands beside Aurora, her voice breaking. "I'm so sorry, my dear. I will miss you. I'll miss your laughter, your smile, the light you brought into my life." With a trembling heart, she bends and kisses Aurora's forehead. One last goodbye, and then, a miracle. A voice behind her whispers, "Where are you going?" Maleficent turns in shock. Aurora is awake. She smiles softly and says, "It was you all along. You are my true love." Maleficent's love, pure and selfless, has broken the curse. Aurora embraces her and says, "Take me with you, to the forest." Maleficent's heart swells with relief, but their reunion does not last. Suddenly, Stefan's soldiers spring from the shadows, throwing a heavy net of iron over Maleficent. The metal burns her skin, and she collapses, writhing in pain. The soldiers attack her with fury. In desperation, Maleficent calls upon 𝗣𝗲𝗲𝗲, her loyal crow. In an instant, he transforms into a massive dragon, flames bursting from his mouth. He scorches the soldiers, scattering them in terror, freeing his mistress from their trap. Yet King Stefan himself appears, clad in iron armor from head to toe, his face twisted with vengeance. He lunges at Maleficent, determined to end her life. At the same time, Aurora searches desperately through the castle and finds Maleficent's severed wings, locked away. They pulse with life, sensing their mistress nearby. Aurora frees them, and the wings soar through the air, returning to Maleficent. They attach to her back, glowing with power, making her whole again. With her wings restored, Maleficent rises into the sky, lifting Stefan with her. They struggle in midair, Stefan clawing at her, refusing to let go. He drags her downward, holding her wings tightly, determined to destroy her even if it costs his own life. They plummet together, but just before striking the ground, Maleficent spreads her wings wide and soars upward. Stefan slips, falling alone. He crashes to the ground below, his greed and betrayal finally bringing about his end. The next morning, the forest awakens to peace. Maleficent removes the dark barrier she once cast around its borders. Sunlight pours in, flowers bloom, and life returns. With Aurora by her side, Maleficent smiles and declares, "From this day forward, you are the queen of this forest." Aurora accepts with grace, and the once divided lands are united under her reign. The kingdom and the magical forest live together in harmony, free from hatred and fear. And so, the first chapter of Maleficent's story comes to a close. On IMDb, this movie was rated by 417,000 people, and has an average rating of 6.9. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you are new to the channel, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more movie stories. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.